like I'm talking into this, but it's like, I don't know where I'm at. Hey y'all. So, Elizabeth is here, obviously, cause that's me. And I'm here with Luv Deus, who like dopest in the game as far as I am concerned when it comes to like music and producing and stuff like that. We're also, you tell me what I'm doing here. Cause I got bamboozled when I walked in the door.
What are we doing here? No one knows what we're doing
Nope.
here.
With this particular situation and then the camera situation here.
You just showed up at my crib looking all fresh. So I don't know.
What we're filming. So Angelo has a vlog. There's not really a whole lot that Angelo doesn't do, but we're recording for his stuff at the same time as we're going live here. So what is your intention with this content?
Just to make dope content. Hey guys.
What's good?
Yeah. To build a fan base, really.
That's to enlarge the fan base that you already have.
I've only done like one interview ever.
Shut your mouth, for real?
Yeah. Like back in like 2017.
What was that for?
I won like a competition. It was like one of the, like I recorded at some studio.
Okay.
And then, like after they were like, this month, all the recording people that recorded, like if you blow this up, you can have like a radio interview or whatever. And like I got all my people at the time, like to, like the post.
Right.
So, but that was like years ago.
Are you gonna link that so we can watch it? Can we watch baby Angelo?
It's lost in the sauce.
That's hilarious.
It'll never come out.
Okay, so here's what we're doing. So UpLifted Stories is a bi-weekly interview series that we do for individuals in the community, just to give them a platform to talk about either something related to like fitness, mental health, just their life in general, and how they didn't let that bring them down. So we start all of these with a kick check, and then we will end it with the most uplifting thing that's happened to you this week, which I'm sure that there are many. So when I got here, these were not on your feet, and so I'm real thankful that they are. So why don't you let us show the people what we're working with?
Well, first of all, I just like to say that it's not very feng shui to wear shoes in the house. So there's that. But
is that an Aquarius thing to say?
For UpLifted, I will,
Take them off. You take it off your foot.
No. Oh, wait. That's
you remove it from the foot.
Just the classics.
It's the forces.
Classic Air Forces.
Thank you for that. You're so great. Okay, and then mine are blazers. They're great. I love them. I'm always with the blazers. I prefer a blazer to a J. Can I say that? Is that like sneakerhead, like sacrilege?
You might get scrutinized for it a little bit.
That's all right. Come at me. Come at me. I said what I said and I meant it. Okay. So you do music, you record, you produce. There's not a lot that you don't do. You write all of your own stuff.
Yeah.
You have new stuff dropping when?
March.
Okay. Not a date.
New single. I have the date in my head.
Okay.
But yeah, March. I'm gonna be like, coming back with like, the big single that's, like supposed to be the one. But yeah, all self-produced, self-written, self-recorded this far.
Excellent. I love that. Okay. So we spoke a little bit whenever we got together earlier this week about kind of the angle we wanted to take this interview. And we had thought one way and we were like, we're going to shut that down. And then we kind of did a hard pivot, especially in light of you dropping new stuff, which is super dope. Like that it just conveniently happened to follow this. And
right.
So will you walk us through a little bit about like the anxiety around either creating content that you believe is worth putting out? Because I think anybody can like create content. Mm-hmm. And then two, I want to hit into like the songwriting process, because a lot of your lyrics, they are real personal. Mm-hmm. And so what kind of drives that and your ability to kind of go there?
Right.
Floor is yours.
So like the anxiety part is something that really never goes away. Mm-hmm. Even like just from a recording standpoint, but even like getting on stage, like my knees still shake a little bit every time I get on stage. So it never goes away. But I think that's a good thing, because if you don't feel those, then like, what are you really creating?
Sure.
At the same time, I know like people, and I have conversations with artists and they're like, like I'm trying to find the balance between like making like radio friendly stuff, but also like not being corny and being personal, but not being corny. So I don't know. I think it's just trial and error at the end of the day. Like you just got to do it. And self-belief is huge. Self-belief is so big. Like, oh my God, it's like, it's liberating. I don't think you're like anyone is ever like 100% on that, but it's like when you unlock those like parts of your mind that where you start to self-believe and believe in yourself and no one can really tell you, like good things open up.
Sure. let's flip that for a second, because like we're really about like driving community and like not doing life in isolation. And so as you think about the people that are in your corner, like your family's super supportive, like you have a real dope family. Outside of that, who, like, as you think about people that are in your corner, either in times where you're like, I don't know that I love this, I'm not sure I want to drop this, or just like personally, how does community look in your life, I guess is my question.
It's crazy because it shaped me to who I am, because family is so close. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I want to make music that they can listen to as well. Mm-hmm. Because for a time, like when I was just finding myself, I was making music, but I didn't really see like them like jamming my music.
Sure.
They always did because they were supportive.
Right.
Which thank God that they did, because that allowed me to have the confidence today to be like, oh, I can continue to make music. Right. But like now I have so many personal songs that, you know, it's like I have like the radio friendly stuff and like more commercial stuff, but everything that I do and everything that I release, I kind of have them in the back of my mind, just because my family is really like the foundation of me even doing music. Sure. You know? So it's like why drift from that path? And it just comes from an honest place.
Right.
So.
So you talk a lot about like the difference between, and we talked about title a little bit too. And so can you kind of give us like a little bit of like a cool kid rundown on the difference between like these streaming platforms, and then what differentiates between like a commercial song and then a song that is just like for you or for your people?
So yeah, like streaming services, and it's not that big of a deal because I think we just live in like a microwave age, so everything is just instant,
right? And
so like Spotify is just so convenient because everybody has it,
right?
But it's like, I don't know, we went like Tidal or other services, like sometimes like they have a higher quality of streaming music, sometimes I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. We talked about it a little bit, but it's honestly like I listen to music on both. I just prefer Tidal because I'm a music head.
Sure.
But what kind of differentiates like a commercial record from like a more personal record is I don't think there is one, because like all my music comes from an honest place. So it's not that, I don't know, I guess just a structure more so. Like, oh, you could probably play this in the club. As far as if I'm talking about my family, like I don't want their names being like dropped, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't, absolutely. But there's definitely a distinction between like a club hit and like, I don't know, a hit that you, or a record that you would just like jam to by yourself in the bedroom, in the car, like whatever. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. So because where this question is going to go, I want to pivot because I think this is important to set it up. So if you can think about like in recalling how we met and how you came to discover UpLifted, can you just tell that story? Because I don't think I know it. And I know my response whenever we got like the Luv Deus is following you. Can I just hear that? Because that's just hilarious to me, I think maybe.
No, so what happened was you were the new cat at the gym that everybody was making fun of. Like you were the new kid in school.
That's true. I forgot all about that.
But at the same time, like, you know, everybody has like some affinity towards the new kid because they want to be cool with them. So my mom, I don't know, like one of my parents, one of them was yeah, Elizabeth,
I feel bad for her. We should just be real nice to her family.
Yeah. My mom was like, I just met this girl at the gym and like she's just on it and she just, whatever she says she just does, and like she's like, yeah, go start that podcast.
It's true.
And I was like, yo, I like that type of energy. We need more of that in the world. So then I don't know, like a meetup happened. I followed you and you like liked every single one of my pictures.
I don't even think I like any, whatever.
And then I was like, who is this? And then I followed. And then we like met up, and you know, we
went to Torchy's.
Yeah, Torchy's on a Taco Tuesday. And then we got like DJ gigs lined up.
We did.
I just want to say thank you, because like if you need doors opened, she's gonna get you through like just like you know, and that's all it really takes just to kind of get you going. So I appreciate you for, you know, opening some doors.
Sure.
For me.
1,000%.
What I do.
What'd you do? So you did my birthday. Mm-hmm. You did our holiday party.
Yeah.
You did Elijah Rising.
Yep.
in pretty quick succession. We're like, hey, take all of our dollars because you're worth it. And like what you do is like so like methodical. And then we've got like these songs that like our crew will still play. And we're like, we didn't even hear about it until Angelo. Like, why are you Googling what this means? Like, just vibe with it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't just vibe with anything ever. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just staying with the wave.
That's so funny. I remember I don't remember how your stuff got posted, and I was like, this is real good. Like, I'm music. Like, I'm like team DJ. Like, we had this conversation. Our team came back today. Like, what is everybody's kind of role within like our crew? And like Erica is like holds down the sleep, and Chelsea holds down like the food situation. Elizabeth, music, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And so
Gangster rap.
a little bit, a lot of it,
A little bit of country.
little,
We're sneaking country in there.
anywho. So we hush your face. He follows us, and I screenshot it and I send it to my friend Angie, and I was like, we have arrived. Like, we needn't anybody else to follow us.
Cut it out.
I'm serious. Like, if I could find the text message, she goes like, we need nobody else to like follow us except for Angelo. And then I'm like, will you tell me how you pronounce your name? So actually, I'm going to set that up. Tell the people how to pronounce your name, and then we're going to go into we're gonna switch into where I wanted to go with that.
Okay. My name is Angelo Amadeus Altum, but my stage name is Luv Deus. So,
Which comes off of your middle name.
correct.
Right.
Yeah. Amadeus is my middle name, and so Deus is just short for Amadeus.
It's so great. Okay. So when you think about the impact that you have like in the community and what you're doing, like music is just a means, right? Like music is just a means to meet people. It's like a universal way to just come alongside. Even if you don't like, I don't like love country music, I'll tolerate it. Whatever you
Oh, you're gonna start to love it.
whatever you have planned with that. But as you think about what music means to you and like the way that you utilize it, because it really is like, it is a form of giving back. Like, you give people a minute to either just do burpees and not think about it, or just vibe in a coffee shop, or shop at an anti-sex trafficking store, which huge props to Elijah Rising for letting us kind of
Shout
set
out
up
Elijah
there.
Rising.
What does that mean for you? Like, how do you see that as your like, not mission? I don't know. Speak on that.
I have a story to tell.
Okay.
So last night I went to like this open mic event, and like there's just mad artists in there. And before like our event, which started at like 10:30, there's like a comedy show. And so me and my boys show up, and we're like, yo, it's packed. It's crazy. But like I was the opener for the people. So I kind of like caught like the people that kind of stayed for the comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I opened and I performed, and then, whatever, cool. And I love performing. And number one, seeing people's reaction, if I can make them dance, that's cool.
Sure.
But I went to the bar after and just like mingled with the people. And one of the guys was like, bro, you did your thing up there. And then he was like, if you got old ladies with bad hips dancing, then you're doing something right. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy, And it's a joke, but it's like rings true because, like I said, like I want to make music for my family, but my family, like I want to make family music.
Sure.
Not family music, but music that everybody can listen to.
Right.
So if I can provide that in a live setting, if I'm DJing, if I can play music that everybody can enjoy, no matter if it's like throwback to the 90s, the 70s, or like the current hits of today.
Right.
That like I just love seeing their reaction from that, and if I can give them that good feeling, then like that's really what it's about, like just the couple of DJ events that I've done, and just seeing like you play a song and like all the kids go crazy, or like
sure.
like the parents of the kids is like, oh yeah, it's just fun. So if I can do that with playing other people's music while I'm DJing, I want to be able to do that with when somebody hears my song and some other DJ plays it, or if I'm doing it live.
I remember like all of the stuff like that you've either played whenever you've done stuff for us, it really is across the board. And I think we had that conversation when we went to Torches where you're like, I just love all music. Like I don't discriminate.
I love good music.
Good.
Yeah.
I feel like some of your choices are not choices I would make about music, but I guess that's also why you're in music and I'm in the nonprofit world, and I'll just stay in my lane. But the never mind. I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm just gonna get off that horse and like on to another one.
Do you really want to fight this battle?
Not particularly, but it would be like a real dope game to like find a way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure that offline. Okay, so let's do this as we try to like. Where are we at on time here? Can you tell up there?
It
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think what you've moved around a lot. This is the pivot I wanted to make. Just a little bit about what I know of your story. I've moved around a lot. You've been in this area for a minute.
For a little minute.
How would you say that like that that has either impacted you for the positive or the negative in terms of either like starting over, having to be resilient, meeting new people? Because you guys were not only in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Speak to that, please.
Well,
thank you.
We're all originally from Texas, but we moved to Michigan for a little bit. And then we moved back to Texas. We moved back to San Antonio.
That's where you graduated high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
what year was that? Just for all the people who are wondering how.
It was 2015. I graduated in 2015.
So funny.
Age ain't nothing but a thing.
Okay, pretty Ricky.
So then after I graduated, like directly after I graduated, I moved here. Like, I don't know. It felt like really quick. It felt like I came home from my graduation and like the house was packed and then we were like down here. It was quick. And then it was weird because like I didn't go to school. So I kind of missed that like community. Like after being, you know, like
right.
As an adolescent, like and a teen, like school is your community.
Sure.
Because you're not, you know, you're not really thrown into the workforce like that, you know, and until like later on, until after that. But so not having that is like, it was a struggle, but at the same time, I'm grateful for it because it allowed me to like hone in on just being okay by being by myself. And I see like a lot of people my age, like they can't do that. That's not reality for them. They don't know how to function by themselves for like a day. Like, and that's insane to me because I kind of prefer it that way. Like I like my alone time. I like my aloneness. But on top of that, getting out and like, honestly, like it was a bit of a culture shock too, because coming to Houston is a completely different culture than just San Antonio has. Musically, just ethically, like it's big, it's diverse, you know. Right. So, you know, things like going to open mics, you know, just trying to get my little foot in the door and like perform and practice. Like you meet so many dope people, or like starting a job, you know, and like you meet people from other countries that you're like, you know, they didn't go to my high school. Right. So I don't know. I had to learn to like communicate with them and like, just like it taught me to be more accepting. Sure. You know, accepting of just like everybody has their own thing that they're going through and like everybody's not from the suburbs. Like, yes. Yeah. And amen. Yeah. It's yeah. So I'm grateful for it. I think people would be really well to do, especially like, you know, I know our area of town sometimes has like a certain like stereotype or reputation to be in a certain way. And by and large, most of the people, at least that I have met, are actually pretty excellent. Like they're not. Yeah, I think when you just have good intentions and you seek good intentions, right, like good things happen. And it's very simple. You know, it's like that, like, I don't know how to explain it. Because if somebody throws off a bad vibe, I'm not really gonna talk to them. I'm not gonna hang around. I'm not like, why am I sticking around for it, you know? But if somebody has a good vibe, like, and just they bring a good energy, it's just like, why would you not want to continue to rub shoulders with them? And I'm learning that, you know, the older I get, I'm becoming just more aware of it, you know? The older I just, you're so great. I don't mean to like dog on you, because I think that you're like wise beyond your years. So, and I just think you're an excellent human. So okay, so like I moved around a lot. And so I think that kind of teaches you to have to pivot and like morph into like different situations and be like easily adaptable, right? Like, okay, you can plug me in the gym and like I'll be the new kid and like that's cool. Or you can plug me in like the club, which I haven't been in a long time because I'm 34 and I feel like that'd be weird. Let's get her to the club. I would fail. Could you imagine? Like, let's just walk this through for a second. Could you imagine Elizabeth
in that environment.
The sneaker game's going to be on point. So you're going to be killing all the other 30-something-year-old women that are at the club.
I don't think they're there, Angelo. I think that they're not in the club.
You haven't been. They go. I just
What
told
do they
you
do?
at the open mic there was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
I'm not saying you're an old lady with bad hips. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like, bro, you can get out there and like you can shut down. Sure.
Okay, so next open mic, I guess UpLifted is going.
Yeah, you need to come out.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's an Instagram live that the people need to see. Is just like how Elizabeth handles like the youth of today.
Everybody's cool. That's the thing. Like, it's not. That's the thing. Is like when you attract good, there's like the shadies are gonna stay in that corner.
Shadies. What about the slim shadies?
I don't know. I mean, some slim shadies are cool. You
the
like
only slim shady. Love.
Yeah.
Eminem and G-Eazy. We've had this. We have bonded over G-Eazy on an occasion. You and your Bay Area obsession with this man. Not obsession. You appreciate and respect his work.
100%. 100%. 1,000. That's like a...
No, nobody has ever said that ever, not one time. I'm so serious.
Oh my God.
That's like that?
That's an E40 saying. Like sometimes it just comes off when we talk about Bay Area.
Safe.
I love Bay Area culture. I think it's great. I think that there's a lot of similarities between Bay Area culture and like Houston culture, like the hip hop. Because Bay Area is like so diverse. Houston is so diverse and like so spread out and big. I think Bay Area may just be like a little bit more like clustered. But as far as like when you look into like artist stories, there's a lot of similarities as far as like the hustle.
Okay. What about Atlanta? Talk to me about Atlanta rap. Talk to me about T.I.
I grew up on T.I. It's crazy. I grew up on T.I. and Ludacris.
Okay.
In my Walkman. Like I would be
Do you have a
driving
Discman?
Yeah, it's somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I'm gonna have to whip it out one day. Yeah, like I would have like my mom had a pink CD case.
Okay.
And like there was like, you know, like JT, Britney, you know, Celine Dion, whatever. But then like
Mariah Carey.
Yeah. But towards the back, you start seeing like Mike Jones and like T.I. and Ludacris. And I was like, yo, these are where it's at. This is like where the party is happening in the little CD
nonsense?
Case. Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so speak to the Atlanta. Okay, do you have any opinion or insight on an Atlanta rap scene? Or do you just kind of keep it one thou wow with with Houston and with the Bay Area?
No, again, I'm a respecter and lover of all good music and just good culture. Okay. And so I think like Atlanta, it's the South.
Yeah.
But it kind of like took over. It's still kind of like taking over. And they have their own way of like handling what they do. Mm-hmm. And it's like I've never actually been to Atlanta. But
I haven't either.
Yeah, I need to get out there. But just from what I've studied and just caught from, you know, being aware of like the music industry, sure. Like Atlanta's dope. That's like a sick spot. I need to get out there, you know, ASAP.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I want to, what was I going to say? So it's kind of, so for me, like, as I hear this and maybe I'm just switching it to food, it's like barbecue, right? Like everybody has their own, like Texas. I know y'all Texans, listen, y'all take your Texas barbecue like real seriously. I'm from Kansas, and I'm just going to say that I think Kansas barbecue is better than Texas barbecue. And if this is where the interview ends, this is where the interview ends. I said what I said and I meant it. But like, it's still like fundamentally at its level, at its base, it's like still barbecue. Like rap and like that culture still stemmed from back, you know, like East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
And now we have a little more vinegar-y sauce and a more mustard base.
That's a good analogy.
Thank you.
I never thought about it like that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Rap is like barbecue.
Rap is like barbecue.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the shirt that we do? That's so hilarious.
Rap is like barbecue.
What would you, okay, if you had a barbecue restaurant, what would you call it?
Man, I don't know. Yeah, like every idea that I just had, like there's already a barbecue joint called that, so I don't know.
And just spin it.
I don't know. Smokey Loves.
But that's Smokey Robinson. It's hilarious.
That's just a play on like Smokey Mo's. Like Smokey Mo's used to slap back in the day.
Where's
that's in
that
San Antonio.
Oh, I'm not real familiar with it. Okay. So what would you say? I want you to tell the people where they can find you and you would not be willing. Oh, here's what I want to know. What is your favorite song that you have put out or your most sentimental song that you have put out and why so that we can go stream it like ASAP?
That's like what
Pick
like
5.
what kid is your favorite?
I'm not going to answer that.
My most sentimental song?
I don't know, Angelo. Just pick a song that you like. Just go with it.
I don't know. Go look up. That's so hard. You can't do that. I can't do that. I've never been asked that question, so it's like I can't sit here and I'd never debate on that. Because every song is something different. Every song is like it's a different mood.
Right.
So like sometimes I'm feeling for you, but not all the time. Like I don't want to listen to that all the time.
That's true.
Sometimes I feel like Live Life is dope. I listened to that for the first time. You've heard that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm like well versed in the discography
oh, thanks.
of Luv Deus.
More on the way. So I listened to Live Life and I just was like, yo, 2017-year-old me.
2017-year-old me?
Yeah, because I made it in 2017. So however old I was
okay.
4 years ago.
12.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, yo, 24-year-old me appreciates that old guy, that young kid for, being in the closet and like making that record.
Is that where you started? Like with all your recordings?
Yeah. So like if you go back on my Instagram, like there's like pictures of it. And like I had like all like the posters, like the Bad Boys 2 like soundtrack right here. And then, yeah. I'll show you. But yeah, it's all taken down now because I'm trying to, dip out of here. But yeah, but I had like the memory foam, like memory foam that you put like Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, for like acoustics?
Yeah, I had to like throw that up there. That's where I started.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Pretty much.
That's okay. What is the name of the song? Because you still haven't released it. The Late Night Snack. I'm the Mickey D.
Oh,
I am
that joint?
obsessed with that song. It's like my favorite, and I need it in my life every single day.
That one's on the way too.
Are you gonna drop it with this next one?
It. Uh-huh.
Is it gonna drop with this next stuff?
So the plan is to start like the rollout in March.
Okay.
So basically, I'm like lining up. Like I set out like a good strategy.
Okay.
So, like the song is uploaded on TuneCore or whatever, so it's ready to go.
Okay.
It's gonna drop on the date. Not that one. Not the one that you're talking about. But once
killing me.
Once back on the map. I guess I never said that.
Uh-oh.
But back on the map is gonna drop, and then
exclusive.
and then the other song will drop, and then another song will drop, but it would be like rapid succession.
Okay.
So because it's like the plan is to like build up all this like momentum and
Right.
then like hit the button, and then like everything's just gonna kind of like. So like the first one is like knock over the first domino.
Okay.
But I want like music videos because I've still never shot a music video. Yeah, so we got to do a music video for this one.
Can my sneakers make an appearance? Like just like it, like you just start with the sneaks and then you zoom out to like excellence, but at least
What size do you wear? Because I might have to,
a 9.5. In Nikes, I'm a 9 in Adidas, but when it comes to Air Forces, I have to size down half a size, so it's a 9.
We can make it fit.
That's hilarious.
Straight.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. I need to know what is the most uplifting thing that has happened to you, ideally this week. But if we need to like hit it back, we will.
Last night when I did my song and I like people were dancing to my songs, but not only my music, just being in that because there was so many dope artists and so many like just good creatives,
Right.
that were also killing the game. Like they were just up there annihilating the stage, and I'm like, oh, bro, y'all are so talented. Like it's not. Everybody's so dope. So like that was the most uplifted thing. But on top of that, like just being able to have a good conversation with like dope artists is tight.
Sure.
Because not every artist is like conversation friendly.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, like sometimes artists that they think they made it. Yeah.
Boy, bye.
So it's like sometimes it's like it's good to meet like just solid people when the vibe is right.
Right.
Like I said, the shady stay in that corner, and then like you can just come kick it over here if you want to have a good time.
So funny. Okay, tell the people where they can find you. Tell the people what when you're performing next, because I didn't even know, and that's not cool.
We'll make an announcement or something when I'm performing next.
Yes.
You can follow me on Luv Deus, LUVDEUS, and I'm all over her page, so it's like if you haven't followed me by now, you're late. You're late, buddy.
You were on there just for promo. Like, let's just stop the fangirl assumption just real quick. Do I respect what you do 1,000%? Will I go to every show you do? For sure.
So you're not a fan?
There's a little bit of a fangirl. Yeah,
You're
for
not
sure.
a fan?
Listen, it's excellent music. I adore your family. Like, we've got stuff that we haven't even talked about that I've got you tapped for, like, in my head, but I haven't, like, told you about it yet. So, like, we'll get some, like, exclusivity where, like, we just don't work with anybody else. I'll just go ahead and throw that out there. So, I appreciate all that you have done, like, to just promo what we have done. You've really shown up, especially, like, at Elijah Rising. Like, the traction
that was so much fun.
That event?
Yeah, it was just, like, a good time. Like I said, like, it was just, like, a good, like, feeling. Like, and it was just in a dope spot, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their
Crazy.
store moved. The Elijah Rising store, it's now over, like, behind, but they had to, like, whenever that snowpocalypse happened, was it last week? It feels like a year ago. Like, they had to, it's a sad story. We can talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, you got anything else for the homies?
Back on the map coming in March. Let's go.
Okay, y'all. It's been real. I'm not sure what Angela's going to do with this. Here, I'm going to scoot up here. I'm not sure what Angela's going to do with this content here for his page and stuff, but really stoked that you guys tuned in for this. In 2 weeks, we're going to be back for another one. Angela's still going to be around. I'll link some of his stuff whenever we post this, and thank you so much for watching.